Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Creative Write Podcast by Sen Alex, and that's me. Today we are going to talk about learning from feedback, and I hope you can hear the sound of a motorcycle or something too bad. Maybe you can, hopefully not. Maybe this windshield thing is helping with that too. Let's hope so. But anyway, to the topic. And before that, one more thing. All my information is in the episode description once again, so check it out. Subscribe to my mailing list and so on. There's especially some great free gifts for new authors, or actually even, any author or writer. So yeah, check that out. And you don't have to be a published author to benefit from those. Just making sure you know that. But anyway, so feedback, like learning from feedback. I know many writers take courses and everything, and actually there are courses, like intensive courses, where you get feedback from the other people there. But then there's also different online courses that you do in your own time and so on. But you can actually learn the same lessons, like the same things you can learn by cooperating with, people during your writing journey, during the time you're writing your book. And what I mean by that is you can learn from your early readers, for example. And I mean alpha and beta readers. Alpha readers are the ones that usually give the most big picture suggestions to your plot. Developmental editing. I help you kind of developmentally edit. Help you do developmental edits. Yeah, that sounds better. So they give you feedback on the big picture plot and the maybe even the characters and character arcs and so on. And beta readers do the same too, but they can be more in depth because usually beta reader stage is after the alpha stage, or I mean it is after the alpha readers, and by then you should have the big pictures, plot, it should be ready by then. Obviously you may still get feedback from beta readers, big picture feedback too, but mostly beta readers focus on a little bit smaller, but still, it's still about developmental editing. Usually, not always, sometimes they may give you feedback on your sentences, so line editing, or maybe they spot typos, and that's kind of copy editing. So yeah, beta readers are I think they may, it depends on your beta readers, but they may actually help with all of those edits. So yeah. But what I'm trying to tell you is listen to your beta readers and alpha readers and learn from them, because they usually, if you have found the right alpha and beta readers, they are usually people who read your genre, the kind of books you write. Perhaps they've read your past books, or if you don't have those, perhaps they will end up reading more of your books. Perhaps you will find some beta readers that will read beta read for all of your books. Who knows? But your beta readers should be people who read your genre, so they can give you valid feedback. And if you have that kind of beta readers and alpha readers too, who read your genre, who can give you feedback, and who can be objective, and who can give you criticism, but constructively, that's a learning experience. That's a great learning experience. And you should definitely try to find that kind of beta readers. For example, you could ask your social media followers, or I actually think, especially with alpha readers, you could even ask a friend if they are, or even a relative, if they are able to give you criticism objectively, and constructive criticism that will help you improve your book. I know not everyone has that kind of relatives or friends. Maybe they are just excited about your book and they're going to be like, wow, this is amazing, and that's not helpful. You don't want that kind of beta readers. And if your beta readers don't have anything else to say, yeah. So prepare, for example, one way to get constructive feedback better is to prepare questions for beta readers and alpha readers too, early readers. And that's, you know, that's how you also make your learning experience better. You can actually learn from these people. And by the way, when I'm talking about alpha and beta readers, I mostly mean, you can get paid beta readers and perhaps even paid alpha readers, yeah. But usually they are readers who voluntarily read your book for free. Like, you don't pay them anything. Because let's keep in mind, you are still giving them a full-length novel or whatever you are giving them, but you are giving them something that you are going to ask money for later on. It's still worth money, even if it's not completely ready. And perhaps if you want to, you could, for example, give them a chance to be also on your ARC team. So, you know, sorry about that. I hope you can hear it. I don't know if you could hear the truck or lorry, depending whether you are American or British. Hope you didn't hear it too bad. And I hope you don't hear the wind too bad either. I'm not sure about that, but let's hope so. What was I talking about? Stupid truck or lorry. Anyway. So yeah, ARCs. So if you want to, you could send ARCs, which is like advanced review copy. You could send those to your beta readers. They can be ebooks, or if you are recording an audiobook, maybe even an audiobook. I don't know. If you feel like I think that's a fair way to, you know, kind of repay them. You know, sending an ebook isn't going to cost you usually anything. Well, it depends, but you know, there are, you know, I think BookFunnel and Story Origin, you know, I think those cost something, or maybe Story Origin actually may have a free plan too, but they cost you something yearly, but it's not actually that much, if I'm correct. And you can send, you know, I believe like watermarked ebooks, I believe. So, you know, they are not that easily pirated. Yes, they can be, but not that easily. So anyway, that's how you could kind of pay your beta readers for the, you know, for reading your book and for helping you like make the book what it is, what it ends up being, like making your books as good as it is in the end. But yeah, that's up to you, and yeah. But you should still have also, I believe, other ARC readers, you know, and especially as indie authors, you probably, and yes, this is, sending ARCs is different with traditional and indie publishing. Like when you are self-publishing, so indie publishing, you can send ARCs to whoever you want to, but you should definitely ask them first. Like, don't like send an email, hey, here's my ARC. You should definitely ask, like, would you want to read my book? You know, ask that, especially if you're sending it to, sending it to anyone. Ask them. Or you could also like have people ask you, like post on social media, like, do you want an ARC? Like DM me or something. So yeah, you could do that too. But yeah, with traditional publishing, you are not going to be able to, you know, say who you want your ARCs to be sent. Maybe you could have a little bit of a say in it. I don't know, it depends on your publisher and everything. I'm not too familiar with that process, but yeah, it's still different. But you could even learn from your ARC, like the early reviews your ARC readers are going to give you. You could even learn from those. Obviously, you shouldn't start editing your book then anymore. It should be already finished by then. Maybe you will fix a typo or two, but that's about it. You should do more than that after sending, you know, the ARC copies, like the advanced review copies. But then, as I was saying, this is about learning from feedback. So who else could give you feedback? Obviously, later on, your readers, like paying readers, people who buy your book, you can learn from that too. But maybe don't like read too many 1-star reviews all at once. It might become depressing. Focus on, you know, constructive criticism. If someone is just saying your book is horrible, then ignore that, because they are not like give you any kind of constructive criticism. They are just, you know, basically bullying the book in a way, you know. But you know, also like let it be. Don't comment on it or anything. Readers are allowed to say what they want about the book. And even if they say something about you, I wouldn't, well, it depends on the situation. But usually I wouldn't like comment on reviews unless it's on social media and the reviewer has tagged you. But I don't think many like bad reviews tag the author, or at least that's kind of like bullying. But yeah, at least I wouldn't tag anyone if I had a bad review. Although I rarely review the books that I didn't enjoy. That's just how I like to do it. Yeah, but also, as I was saying, learning from feedback. Your early readers and the only ones you are going to learn from. Perhaps you are hiring an editor, or more than one editor and proofreader. You can learn a lot from your editors and proofreading too. And you know, you are paying them. And it's expensive. I know it's expensive. Trust me, I just paid. Whoa. I think I paid like almost 2,000 euros for my editing. For one book's editing. Revenge Engines editing, and yeah. But it was amazing. It wasn't just editing that I got, because it was also like feedback. And feedback that I could learn from, and my editor was amazing. She gave me a constructive criticism that was actually inspiring, and I wanted to do better. I wanted to fix these things. So yeah, if you can find someone who gives you inspiring criticism, you are lucky. As lucky as I was with my editor. Like, I still can't believe it. It was such an amazing experience, and I want to just remind you, if you're looking for an editor, make sure your style matches. You know, have them do a sample edit so you know what to expect and you know you work well together. For example, I've had an experience with a rather mean editor, and yeah, it was my first time an editor like messaged me back. It was the first editor to message me back, and she was brutal. And yeah, my experience, I'm sorry if you can hear motorcycling in the background, but yeah, my experience with her was horrible, and I didn't hire her. I don't think she even wanted to work with me, but I definitely would never hire her in the future either, you know. So yeah, just make sure you find an editor that is a good match for you and your story and your genre. And the wind is picking up, so I think this is where I'm going to stop. Just remember to use these learning experiences as, you know, use these learning experiences because you can use them and they don't cost you anything. And even if they cost you, for example, editing cost you, obviously, you're not just paying for the edits, or kind of like you are kind of paying just for the edits, but you also get feedback that you learn from for a long time. So editing isn't just for that one book, it's a long time investment, and I don't think many people realize that. And once again, you are not going to hire your own editor if you're traditionally published, so that's just for self-published. But you're still going to work with an editor even if you're traditionally published, but then it's your publisher's editor or a freelance editor they work with or something. So yeah, that's all for today. Just make sure you use these learning experiences when you have them, when you can. When you get feedback, use that feedback. Don't like shove it aside and be like all defensive, because yes, there may be some things are opinions and not constructive criticism. Yes, but you just have to try and find, you know, what is constructive criticism that can help you, learn, that will teach you something. So yeah, just make sure to use these experiences you get on your writing journey. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening once again. I hope I see you in the next episode. So happy writing and goodbye, creatives!